Welcome or welcome back. When last you saw me, I just did my first resin cast and I was actually getting ready to do my next resin cast. So I had some stuff come in the mail recently and I thought I would share it with you guys before I actually did that cast. One question that I actually get quite a bit is about the ventilation here in my garage. I do not have a very large space. This is a really tiny garage and I'm only using a tiny bit of it actually towards where the door opens. My typical ventilation system is I basically just open the garage door. Most of the things that I have in here that make a stink, they are actually towards the door. So when I open them, they are as far outside as I can get them without them actually being outside the garage. And then at the beginning of the garage, I actually have a fan that just kind of rotates and blows outward. So up until this point, that has been fine. However, this last burnout that I did with the resin was really, really stinky. I was outside and it was really bad. And I was like, I've made a joke a couple times in these videos hoping that my neighbors never ask what's happening. And this was one of the first times I was like, I'm gonna get a knock on the door. It's that bad.
Nothing to see here.
So it made me think I maybe need to make some adjustments. Summer has arrived, it's getting hotter in here and I wanna get air to move a little bit better in here. But also if I'm gonna keep doing these resin burnouts, these feel like a lot worse than some of the other things that I've burned out. I mean, none of it is particularly good for you, but I felt like now was the time to do just a little bit of an upgrade. I wear this mask pretty much all the time though. Mixing investment, I wear the mask. When I am printing with the 3D resin printer that's also in here, wear the mask. When I'm actually adjusting the temperature on my kiln, just even if I'm in here for a couple minutes to push some buttons on the kiln, I'm wearing the mask. When I am pouring the metal, I'm wearing the mask.
I get it.
So me putting the system in is not my way of not having to wear this mask anymore. It's just kind of an added layer of help to get the air moving in here a little bit better. All right, so I'm just gonna go over all the things that I purchased. It's not a lot of things, so this should be a short video. And hopefully this will help you out if you have a similar situation like me and you're maybe casting or 3D printing. Side note, I did watch a lot of videos on these and the most helpful videos were actually from indoor farmers. So thank y'all. What did I buy? First, I got the AC Infinity CLOUDLINE S4 and I paid about 90 bucks for this. I got this because it had a lot of really good reviews. Seemed like it would work in the size space that I have. This is a little dryer vent duct here. I tried to shop for this at like Home Depot and Lowe's and it was a little more expensive. I think it was maybe in that $33 range for about the same amount and I paid 20 bucks for 25 feet. I'll tell you why I needed so much in a minute. As an additional accessory, I purchased, this is a carbon filter and I got this because I was hoping it might assist in removing some of the odor in here. The resin printing stinks and the resin burnout stinks. So I'm hoping that this carbon filter might help me. If it doesn't, then I wasted 40 bucks. My plan for this is I am gonna unbox and show you what came with everything. And then I am going to actually go ahead and install it. I am going to mount this to the ceiling in here. As of right now, this exact moment, I have two configurations I'm kind of playing with. Option A would be the carbon filter directly into the duct fan, and I'm gonna have that directly over my stuff over here. The kiln and the resin printer are really right next to each other, so I'm just gonna split the difference there. And then I will run the ducting across the ceiling, and then on the other side of the garage, there is another outdoor access that I'm going to run it to. I probably won't show you that part because I don't really want to show you my house, the outside of my house, so creeps come. Most of you guys are awesome. There's still creeps out there. So trust me, it's going outside. I'm sure you guys can imagine what outside looks like. The other configuration that I'm thinking about is carbon filter, then run some of the ducting, and then have my fan, and then have more ducting that goes outside. My reasoning for doing that would be basically power, because then I could plug it into the same outlet where the garage door opener is. So that's my thinking there. So that's option B. If I go with option A, I'm probably gonna have to use an extension cord on this side in order to plug it in, but I'm wondering if that might work a little bit better than option B. So you'll see at the end of the video what my setup actually was. And in the next video, I'll actually let you know if I think it worked really good. This is just the ducting, nothing too special or fancy about that, other than I just wanted to show you that it does come with 2 clamps. All right, let's go ahead and open this box. We have some instructions here. I did not buy the version that comes with the controller. I just got the one that comes with like a little remote. This is the remote. It looks like there's a little hole there so we can wall mount it, which is great. We have UIS to UIS extension cord here. Got a bag of goodies, nuts and bolts. It looks like there's some zip ties, some screws in here. Maybe these are some mounts. Oh, sweet. This came with some extra duct clamps, which that is going to be helpful. And here is our inline fan. Just for reference, these are for a 4-inch duct. So that is the size of the actual ducting that I purchased. So this is what came in the box. Also, we got 2 adjustable straps in the box. This is where we're going to plug that cord in I showed you in order to attach our little remote. Here's a look at the bracket situation for mounting. There are instructions in the booklet on taking this apart in order to install the mounting bracket. All right, so next up, we're actually gonna open the carbon filter. It came with this dust filter. It's like a little baggie that goes over the filter to help with dust. Carbon filter for scale here. You can kind of see how they compare size-wise. The hole for this is the same 4 inches. Let's get moving and I'll show you how I set this up. Post-unboxing discovery here. Looks like there are some more straps in here. These are adjustable. Okay, so not included with anything I just showed you, I got some stronger wall anchors. I'm sure the ones it comes with are fine. I just have used these for other projects and like them. And I got some plastic hanger strap for about $3 at Lowe's. You'll find this in the plumbing section, and I'm gonna use this instead of taking the fan apart. So if disassembling the fan made you less enthusiastic about this project, this is also an option for you. I also had some extra cable clamps I found in my hoard, so I used these with the wall anchors in the ceiling to hang the carbon filter. Then I just used the straps that came with it to clip into the clamps and the D-rings that are attached to the filter. So now we have the hose attached nice and tight. I still have to clean this up a little more so it's not hanging all willy-nilly, but it feeds into this side of the fan, and I cut the ducting and attach the rest to the other side, which vents outside. Another quick but important note here, my understanding is that we're sucking air out with this system, but we need to make sure that we're replacing the air that we're removing to get the best results. So I will still have the garage door at least partially open and my fan running. And I'm obviously not an expert, but from my Googles, if you have appliances in your space, like a water heater, you may want to think about putting in a carbon monoxide detector just to be on the safe side. Now that we have the fan where we want it, I'm going to do a little cable management and tuck the cable for the remote against the wall with the included zip ties and mounts. Editing Lauren should have just inserted how we actually set it up. So in the next couple days, I'll go ahead and do the cast and I'll let you know if I think it's doing a great job or not. Keep an eye on that. The next time you see me, we're going to do one more of the standard polymer resin burnouts. I've already reprinted a lot of stuff, and I found some alternative burnout instructions for the standard photopolymer resin, and it actually says burnout instructions for polymer resin, so I'm hoping that we'll get better results. I just feel like I couldn't sleep at night if I didn't give it one more shot. I have burnt some wild stuff out in a kiln, so I feel like I will not be defeated by standard resin. You know what, if it works, great. If it doesn't, fine, but at least I will have tried, and I do have some Tech resin we will move on to from there. That's gonna be all for me today. I know it was super short, but if you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can figure out whenever I post something fun, and hit that thumbs up button because it gives me the warm fuzzies, and warm fuzzies is what fuels me to make more videos. So I will see you guys in the next one. Go forth, be kind, be creative.